all-American boy. My mother dropped me off, wished me good luck, and then ran to the store to take care of errands. "I'll be back in half an hour." I was 15. It was 1963, and this wasn't just another audition. Many of the shows all my friends and I watched were made by two men, William Hanna and Joe Barbera. Other than maybe Walt Disney, Hanna-Barbera were, to us, the most influential people in the world. These two guys created Tom and Jerry, the Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, Yogi Bear and the Jetsons, and were now casting a new show. While my chance of getting the part, as with most auditions, was slim to none, I'd never done work as a voice actor. That didn't mean I wasn't going to enjoy the next few hours. Joe Barbera himself met me at the door. He was stocky, with really big eyebrows, and right away one of the most friendly adults I'd ever met. "Mr. Barbera, Joe," he assured me, first showed me around the recording studio and then shared drawings of characters named Johnny and Haji and various lizard men. These drawings looked different from anything else on TV and blew my mind. The characters looked and felt like the art I'd fallen in love with in comic books. Joe told me about the show, an idea they'd borrowed from a once popular radio program called Jack Armstrong, the All-American Boy, but couldn't get the rights to. Then we recorded an audition, and Mom picked me up. Done. This was the last I thought about Johnny Quest or Quest File or whatever it was going to be finally called. It was cool to see how they made cartoons, but it was also one of 10 auditions I'd done that same week, and I assumed one of the 10 no thanks or never heard backs I'd get. 3 months later, Hanna-Barbera Productions was making Johnny Quest, and they had decided I was their Johnny. This was, to a 16-year-old, the most monumental thing that had yet happened in my life.
Quiet on the set!
Film school boot camp. More than acting. Acting is your business.
Action!
As my career grew and developed, I'd set my sights on larger and better agents, and I'd study and appraise how they worked for their clients. I was constantly scanning the horizon and investigating other agencies to see if I could do better. Today, you can simply punch in names on IMDb. But when I was coming up, I'd spend hours researching actors of my type, whose work I admired or whose career path I wanted to emulate. I'd get this information from something called the Academy Players Directory. This was an annual big fat photo book where all actors were listed for casting directors to look at. It was where you as an actor annually posted your photos, agency contact, and category to remind the industry you were still working. This is how I chose the Wormser agency when I was a kid. It was a proven place that cared about young beginning actors. It was a very effective smaller agency compared to the William Morris agency, which was the king of all agencies at the time, or ICM, International Creative Management. Neither of them would even return my calls or represent a beginning actor. I have been represented at various times by Wormser, Creative Artists Agency, William Morris, Agency for the Performing Arts, Generate, Gersh, and several managers. And while access to material is a factor, the most important thing is to choose as guides and representatives people whose belief in you is real and tangible. Someone or a whole team of someone's, honest and creative, willing to work hard for you, regardless of where they work.